Alright, guys, we are live here, and we're going to be talking about aliens here. Aliens is a subject that's always fascinated me, intrigued me immensely, because I truly believe that there's something out there. How could we not believe that something is out there? Is the video even going, by the way? It says the video is unavailable. Just want to make sure we're actually streaming here. It says the video is unavailable. I'm not even sure if it's going here, but we're gonna go with it anyways. So another episode of Horror Night here, going live. So we don't know. Who knows what's gonna happen? Probably gonna have a lot of technical difficulties here. A little bit of a new setup here with the picture, and I might show you guys a picture or two from Google or something about aliens. So hopefully everything's set up. The sound's good, and the picture is coming through. Now I'm not sure if the picture is coming through or not, because all it shows on my YouTube is the video is unavailable, but it says I'm streaming, so I'm not sure what's going on. But it says excellent connection and I'm streaming. Anyways, so aliens, yes. For me, I truly believe that there's something else out there. There has to be, because like we can't possibly be the only things alive in this entire universe. That would just be like the odds of that are just astronomical. There's no way that we would be the only ones. I mean, some people believe that maybe we are the only ones here, but I truly believe that there's something else out there. There's no concrete evidence as of yet. Obviously there's a lot of pictures and videos, thousands and thousands that go over the internet or whatever, and most of them can be debunked rather easily. I've seen some that are I'm a little hesitant to call fake right away, but it's just, and we can't always, with all the fake stuff out there and stuff that's, with all the technology to make things easy to fake, it's crazy to think that something could be real and we just don't believe it because we've seen too much fake stuff, that we don't give it enough credit, a chance to even to believe that it's real. So maybe there is some stuff out there that is real, that's claimed to be real, and we just are looking for every reason to believe that it's not, and just debunking it. And just, with all, like I said, all the technology we have, the gadgets and whatnot to create. Aliens is a very interesting topic, but also a very creepy one for me, because it's something that could be very much happening in our country, and on this planet right now. There could be aliens living on Earth right now. We may not even know it, or it could be something that's being covered up. There's the whole Roswell, thing in Nevada. Or is it New Mexico? It's New Mexico. Sorry, I don't know why I said Nevada, but it's New Mexico. That I think is a little sketchy. This is just theories, guys. I'm not saying any of this stuff is facts. It's just like theories of like there could be something hiding there in Roswell. I mean, we all believe there could be something there. I think that the place is, to be so heavily guarded, and all the mystery that surrounds it, that it's shrouded in. There's got to be something going on there. They could have aliens. The government could have aliens, but they just might not be releasing it to the public, and rightfully so. Because what if it came out, tomorrow, that there's aliens existing and they're living on our planet? Like if they just came out and announced that would send like a panic across like the entire world. Like people will react different ways. Some people will be terrified. Some people will be joyful. Some people would believe that, some people wouldn't even believe that it's real. Other people would, gear up for war. Others would be so welcoming of the aliens and be like, come take me, trying to be friendly with them. So it would create too much too much chaos, if they were to just come out and say like for sure that it's real. So I get if there is aliens, if the government has aliens in any way, I get why they would want to cover it up and leave it as a secret. Some people believe there's aliens working in the government. People believe that they're living on the planet now. I think it's possible that aliens could be living on the planet right now. And you might say, well, why is that? Or how is that? Because, and I'll give you my reason as to where I think they're going to be living too. I think if there is aliens living on this planet, they're going to be in the deep ocean. Because you'll read a lot of sightings are over bodies of water, over the ocean. Even military that have claimed to, or Air Force, whatever you want to call it, have claimed to chase mysterious crafts over water and seeing them dip into the ocean and disappearing, at rapid speeds. Said a lot of UFO sightings are above water, bodies of water. Over the ocean, I think maybe they could be, because that's, you think about it, we've only really looked at 2% of our oceans, which is insane. That's like nothing, absolutely minuscule compared to how vast the oceans are. And to think that we've only really explored 2% of it, in the deep ocean we can't even fully explore. We can't even really look at the deep ocean. So if aliens are here and they have that technology to be here and to be zooming around on aircrafts or whatever you want to call it, maybe they're in the deep ocean, hiding from us, where we can't get to them, where we can't find them. And then when they come out, and they get spotted, let's just dip back into the ocean and disappear into the darkness. That kind of creeps me out, because it could be true. They could be down there right now. There could be a whole world down there. There could be a whole world of creatures and whatnot. Not just aliens, but just, living things on this planet could be down there, which there has to be. There's life pretty much everywhere you look on this entire planet. There's just life everywhere, living somewhere in some way, adapting to their surroundings. So what's not to say that there's not a big, eclectic mix of creatures living deep in the oceans. Not necessarily aliens, like I said, but just living things down there. It's very interesting to think about. I think that there is at least a lot of creatures down there, but if aliens are living here, they're going to be down there. But going back to the Roswell thing, I mean, there's a lot of stories about it. I mean, you hear a lot of people saying, even people that have claimed to have worked for Roswell or the government coming out and saying aliens exist. There was that one guy that phoned in on that radio show or something many years ago, about aliens and stuff, and he went on, and apparently he was never heard from again, or he called twice or something, and then he was never heard from again, whether that's just a hoax or whatnot. I don't know, but there's a lot of strange stories out there revolving around Roswell and that whole thing. There could be something there, but whatever it is, obviously we're not meant to know. We're not meant to know, at least not yet. This is a book here called Mysteries of the Unexplained by Alan Zulo. If you guys can see that. It's got a lot of interesting stuff in it. I mean, a lot of stuff probably isn't, there's stuff about Roswell, the plains in Nazca, the Mary Celeste, which is a really creepy thing, Bermuda Triangle, Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, a lot of the usual stuff that, comes up in conspiracies and just mystery. But there's stuff about the Roswell UFO crash in here as well. It's a very interesting book. I used to read it. I don't remember how I got this book, where I got it, or how it even came into my existence, but I have it. It's probably an old book too, so I'm not sure, but it's probably from the 90s or something. That's what it seems like, anyways. Maybe late 90s, but it's a pretty interesting read if you can find it. Give it a read. I mean, especially if you're very open-minded and believe in this sort of thing, which I totally do. I believe in a lot of things that can't be explained, because there is a lot of stuff that we can't explain. We have to have an open mind about stuff. Not everything can just be shrugged off or easily, debunked or explained. Um, Aliens is one that a lot of us want to believe in, but there's just not that concrete proof, kind of like ghosts or something. There's probably more evidence of ghosts, real ghost existence, than there are, aliens existence. Come to think of it. But and I'd be interested to hear what you guys have to say. What do you think? Do you guys think aliens exist, or do you think that we're just all alone in this universe? I mean, there's so much we don't know because of what's out there. It's just I can't even wrap my mind around what could be out there because we know the universe is just bigger than our imagination and bigger than we could ever explore. With multiple perhaps universes and whatnot. Who knows how many planets and moons out there that could house other life, and aliens could look just like us. They could look completely different. They could be really tiny. They could be huge creatures. We don't know. Pretty much anything that exists on another planet is an alien. So, we found a little microscopic form of life on Mars, didn't we? I'm pretty sure we did, or something, and that technically would be an alien. Like when we land on Mars, which will be probably within the next 10 to 15 years, we're gonna be aliens. Like technically, we're aliens on that planet because that's not our planet. I've heard theories that maybe humans lived on Mars long ago, and it looks like there could have been man-made rivers there. Maybe we used up all the resources and we had to move and we moved to Earth, and now we're just many, many years ago. I mean, possibly, but I just, there's too much unexplained stuff that we will never get answers for, unfortunately. Trying to think. Then there's a whole other story with the Battle of Los Angeles. Another thing that happened. I can't remember the exact year. Let me see if I can bring up a picture of that for you guys. I can add another image here. I have a picture of the Battle of Los Angeles. The only picture that really existed of it. There it is right there. Can you see that, guys? So that's the Battle of Los Angeles right there. That's the one picture that was supposedly taken of the Battle of Los Angeles, which was rumored to be like a UFO thing, but the government tried to cover it up, and there was all this. Nobody knew if it was really, if it really happened or not. But I think it's very interesting. And this picture right there shows a bunch of searchlights looking right up. And it looks like a bunch of clustered lights right there, guys. If you can see all those clustered lights, could that be UFO? Maybe not. It's pretty creepy to think about, though, because if something like that did happen and the government's covering up, then that, what's to stop that from happening again, and what's to stop the government from covering up more? And if they do have something from, like an alien from that, are they just hiding it under our noses this whole time? Like I said, they could be covering up a lot of stuff, but I'm not saying they are, and if they are, it's with good reason, I would think. But for me, I would like to know if there's definitive proof of aliens on another planet, especially if they're on our planet, if they're already living here. People think that there's lizard people and whatnot. I don't know if I believe that. Like I said, maybe aliens look just like us and they're just blending in, or they have the ability to adapt to their surroundings and become whatever they need to survive. We don't know that, They could be like chameleons, just whatever they're around, they can kind of adapt and turn into. That's just pretty interesting, I think, too, to think about. I don't know, there's got to be something else out there, guys. There just has to be. There has to be something else out there. I hope this live stream is going, by the way, because if it's not, I'm just blabbing to myself for no reason. I don't think anybody's come in on the live stream yet, not that I'm aware of. Because I don't know. It says the video is unavailable, so I'm not sure if it's really streaming or not, but I'm just going on as if it is. As you can see, it's getting darker here. The sun is setting. Maybe I'll see an alien spacecraft tonight. You know. There we go. There's a little light for you. I don't know. There's like, I think I covered the few kind of key points I wanted to talk about. Roswell, aliens living underwater, you know, just the fact that they exist out there. What would they look like? There's always the prototypical, you know, alien with like, you know, like the oval shaped head and the big eyes, you know, like the three fingers or whatever, you know, the skinny limbs. But why? Like, why have they always been stereotyped to look like that? Because there's been so many pictures, and you know, they're used in films that way, and supposed people that have seen aliens have described them quite like that. So is that really even what they look like? You know, if they do, I mean, that's pretty interesting. They honestly wouldn't look that dangerous to me. They would just be different looking, you know. And it's like, I don't even know how they're described to being short to being like really tall. So, you know, I don't know what they would look like. So they could look just like us. They could look like something completely different than we can even fathom in our minds right now. So I definitely think that there's something out there though, and I'd like to find out. Not that I'm going to find out myself, but I'd like to know for myself definitively. But it might be answers we don't get for a long, long time, or maybe we're closer to getting those answers than we realize. But I do want to know what you guys think about aliens. Leave a comment in there, and what you think could be covering up at the Roswell site. Whether you think aliens could exist on our planet, like in the deep oceans, or maybe they exist somewhere else. Maybe it's like War of the Worlds and they're just living underground and they just come up. But I feel like we would have been able to figure that out by now if they were living like underground. I feel like that would have been a little bit easier to find out than the deep ocean. And maybe I'll do an episode of Horror Night on the Mary Celeste, because I think that's a really interesting story. The Mary Celeste is kind of creepy. It used to creep me out when I was a kid, hearing about it. But I've read up on it in a long time, so maybe I'll do a Horror Night on that. So I figured to do a different live stream here. I did a live stream in the last episode of Horror Night about the Kashima Island, I think it's called, or something like that. And that was a lot of fun, because I was kind of like playing a game. We were on the website, and I wanted to do another one where I could just talk about aliens freely, not have like any bullet points listed on a paper, and just kind of just freely talk about it. Kind of just chill out and just, you know, hang out with you guys, really. Which I think I'll do more horror nights like this, just kind of chilling out and just picking a topic and just talking about it. The first few episodes of Horror Night were more planned. I researched them, and I got pictures, and I, went over timelines and just kind of explained the stories, which it was a lot of fun to do. But I also like picking a topic and just, going off the top of my head and just talking about it freely, because I feel like I can, maybe I'll end up covering more things I wanted to talk about that way within the subject than just looking at certain things specifically. Hey, Multi Apples, how you doing? We're talking about aliens here, if you can believe that. But let me see if there's anything on the Roswell UFO crash here. So you can see the video. I wasn't sure if the video is actually streaming, because my YouTube says the video is unavailable, but it also says that I'm streaming. So I assume that the video is up. Can you see me on cam, and can you see the pictures there that I have on the left side? Then I'll know that it's working. Roswell happened, it was like the 40s, wasn't it? Yeah, Roswell crash was in 1947. Doing well. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for stopping by too. Just talking about, like I said, just going over some stuff about aliens and whether I believe them and where they could be on our planet. Um, there also could be aliens living on Mars, guys. There could be aliens living on Mars underground there, because obviously we've barely explored Mars. You can see me in the pictures. All right, great. Our planet. Do you think they're in like another like galaxy somewhere? I think it could be all the above, really. Um, that picture over there underneath the Horror Night logo is the Battle of Los Angeles, which was happened. I can't remember when that happened, but that's like the only known photo of the Battle of Los Angeles, which was rumored to be an alien craft that was like attacking or something. Supposedly, I don't know. I said I don't know a ton about the story. I've read about it once or twice. I would need to look into more information. I just find that picture pretty interesting because it's harder to fake things like that back then when it happened. Let me see if I can find any more interesting pictures here, guys. There's some a lot of alien stuff on the internet is all fake. Like you can easily tell that it's fake. There's like some stuff. Like here's one. Hold on, let me save this one. I'll bring this one up too. This one looks kind of interesting and it keeps popping up. I don't know what the context is of this picture here. Let me remove the Battle of Los Angeles one and I'll bring up this image here. Because I'm working with my OBS program here, guys. Getting a little better with it. Barely. This one right here. This picture here. It looks like an alien like lying in the snow, like a body of an alien. I don't know if that's real or not. I mean, you do believe in aliens. I don't think they're on Earth. I think life once did exist on Mars. If aliens have or did visit on Earth, I think it would be at Area 51. There you go, guys. That's very it's very good theory there. I think life existed on Mars at once too because of the what looks like water. Man-made rivers live there. So I mean, there had to have been something, and the conditions there are possible for life to live on. So that's a good point. And Area 51, yeah, is one I brought up Roswell because it's so like mysterious there, and the government tries to cover up, and it's so heavily guarded that there could be something at Area 51. I would love to. Wouldn't you just love an all-access pass to Area 51 to just finally see what's in there? I mean, there's so much mystery, like I said, shrouding over it, and it's like they're trying to cover something up, but we just don't know what. But it's very. I would like to know if it's fake. It looks pretty realistic. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the context of this photo. It just popped up on alien pictures on Google, and I thought it kind of interesting, and it's been on some lists on YouTube as well. This is from YouTube. This picture. I don't know where this picture even originated from. I said I have no idea. But it is kind of interesting. So I'll shrink that and leave that over there. So yeah, I think so. He doesn't think that they're on Earth. I think that they could be on Earth, but just in the deep oceans where we can't explore. But do I think that they're living here now? I said I don't know. I just think it's possible. I talked about maybe humans living on Mars long ago, but that's kind of far-fetched too. But I think something. I'm with you, Multi-Apples. I think something did exist on Mars at one point. Whether it was us, whether it was a whole different life form, is to be debated. But yeah, I definitely think that something was living on Mars. Something could still be living on Mars in places we haven't explored, which we haven't explored much of Mars at all. And then the whole Area 51 could just be a big hoax more than anything. I don't know. It could be diversion from something else. that they're trying to cover up. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see if there's anything else interesting here about the aliens. Picture-wise, I can show you guys. There's been like fake, like alien interviews and stuff on YouTube that people thought were real once. There was also that like documentary type thing that aired on Fox a long time ago about like the dissection or the autopsy of an alien. And at the time, like Fox wanted people to believe that it was real, so they didn't tell people it was fake before they aired it. They just said, they wanted people to believe, oh, this is a real autopsy of an alien. So they aired it, and people kind of freaked out, like, holy crap, this is an alien autopsy. This is a real alien, and then later revealed that it was fake. Let me see if I can find a picture of that documentary or not. Oh, there is a picture. So I'll bring this. Let me get this picture up there for you guys so you can see this. Let me just hang on for a second. Get rid of this other one as well. Oh shoot, I think I just removed my video. Get me back up there. That was that documentary I was just talking about the alien that was in the autopsy that people believed was real. I mean, look at that's pretty realistic looking. There was a whole like TV special on it. I'm pretty sure this is from the special. I don't even remember exactly when it aired, but there was it was very realistic looking. I haven't actually seen the footage of the autopsy myself of the documentary, but you look at that and people believe that this was actually real, like this was happening. And I mean, if I saw this on TV and it was just made to be real, then I would probably think it's real too. But that's Fox trying to get views or something, trying to get ratings, really. But I find that kind of interesting. It does look pretty realistic. There's a bunch of other pictures too. You guys can Google it. Just type in like alien autopsy, and I'm sure it'll come up. A lot of the pictures are going to be in black and white, I think, like this. But yeah. Well, is there anything else I want to talk about with aliens? It's been like a half hour here. I don't know. I think I covered pretty much what I wanted to talk about with them. And there's a lot of other stories you could go into as well, but I would have to look up a bunch of the ones and remember what I wanted to talk about. But I had brought up the things I really, really wanted to mention. But as well, always leave comments there, guys, and let me know what you think. And if you have any other ideas for Horror Night, a topic that you think is good, a story that you think is really creepy, that you want to delve into, I'm all ears. The Edward Mordrake one was recommended to me by Sweet Pea, so thank you for that. And like I said, I have many other ideas for this for myself. And if you guys like this more live stream kind of Horror Night, I'll probably do more of these this way. Or if you'd rather me go back to the old format where I kind of talk about everything in a more like bullet point kind of storytelling way and just share pictures with you there. And that's like totally different because I have to edit that video together. And it takes a little long to do that, but it's I'm not even a great video editor, but I do like to dabble with my programs as best as I can. A great stream and show. Thank you so much, Multi Apples. Glad you enjoyed it. This is episode 5, I believe, of Horror Night. So a lot of stuff that I find interesting, and I wanted to, do that sort of thing for my channel, but in a different way. I kind of just want to more discuss and openly talk about stuff, as opposed to do like countdowns. But thank you all so much for watching, Multi Apples. Thank you for stopping by and being part of the show. And hope to see you guys on the next episode. Let me know what you think about aliens. Do they exist? Do you believe that we're the only ones that are here? Or is there something else entirely different out there? I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Till next time, everybody, 0 is the number, and stay creepy.